it does more harm than good. I plan to live in a big black hole. My firearms will be the only things to fight my isolation.
A bloody rampage in a school prayer meeting. A teenager opens fire, killing and wounding classmates.
Another mystifying shooting in a school. The shooters were very young. At least 4 people.
I feel like everyone is against me. No one ever makes fun of me, mainly because they think I'm a psycho. There is one kid above all others that I want to kill. I want nothing more than to put a hole in his head. The one reason I don't, hope that tomorrow will be better. As soon as my hope is gone, people die.
Hey, welcome everybody. What's up? What's up? Look who is on the screen right now. Not Tinder Thursday. Wait, this is Thursday.
Technically, yeah.
It is Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to welcome Art Mays, my songwriting soulmate. Here he is in the flesh. He's on screen. Say hi to all the people.
Hey guys, nice to finally meet you in person.
So there it is. What's up, James the Beard, first time chatter. We're going to see some pictures of him in a little bit. Hapisa. Happy Issa. That's what it says. What's up?
Happy Sa.
Kimmer B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B lots of B's. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, of course. So we have principal recording on Songw3rks has wrapped today. We are all done. We're all done. I'm gonna mute that mic until somebody sits down.
That's how I roll on Coming Storm.
Hey, is that Storm? Art looks like he should be writing a penny farthing.
I came out of Newsies. I was just on shoot. It's a remake. It's pretty cool.
So we have, you guys all know, we have been off Twitch all week because Art's been here, and our good friend Tom, who's been taking pictures all week. He's going to be on the show later. He's been taking pictures and video all week in the studio, and we have been in the studio working on Songw3rks. And today we finished songs number 9 and 10. And so principal recording is done. Saturday, we're going back in the studio to do overdubs, solos, some cleanup, fix this wrong note or that little thing, and get these songs all ready for you guys. What's up, Mark Cords? Jason Rush wants to know who the King of New York is.
Isn't it like Pete Davidson or something? Oh, that's Long Island.
Not like Pete Davidson. Oh, Mark is listening from his campsite. Well, that's right. They're on vacation. They're out cool. Camping, doing stuff. Mark was posting pictures from Cape Canaveral on Instagram the other day.
Position 69. That's brilliant.
Yeah. He knows. He knows how to get Songbot to try to tell us about "Don't Stop Believing." Guess what? That shit's not happening today. Hell no. We're here today to talk about Songw3rks. If you guys have any questions for us, we will be happy to answer them in the chat, and we're going to talk about the creative explosion.
We were part of this particular week.
The creative explosion that happened this week.
It was too.
Holy crap! I've never worked in an environment like that before. Of course, you and I both have been in studios before, and we've been in the studio together. But the way we're recording the Songw3rks project is completely unique to us. It's how most bands do their thing, right? but it's not like we've never done that.
And hopefully most bands are rehearsing before they go into the studio. Now with us, we wrote the song with you guys, and then we gave them to these guys, and then we went into the studio and they showed off their stuff. And man, I'll tell you, it was a process of discovery. Like I don't think we've ever experienced anything like that in the studio, short of some of what we did with Other Patterns.
No, yeah,
that was just us. I mean, the other things,
you and I have creative explosions in the studio, but that's just you and me.
Yeah.
And we still have to, because we're the creators, we still have to land on something. This was much different. This was the band all sitting in a room together, feeding off of each other's energy. The drummer going, "Man, I really like that one thing that you did here. Man, I really like the." He needs to go. Okay. Apparently, I have to turn you up, or you bring that mic closer to you. I'll give you a little boosty boost here. There you go.
All right. Are we good to go now?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can absolutely get closer to it.
Okay.
But so, it was very much. Afisa says the bassist is next to me providing color commentary. FYI.
He's a good color commentator.
Yes.
Commentator.
So the band was all in the room together. So when we ran these songs, we put the charts in front of us. We started from the top and said, not everyone is as loud as Pete. That he could probably use Art's mic from where he's sitting. What's up, Davey?
That's very true. Or I could speak more in a real voice instead of this, "Hi, my name is Art."
Well, pull it towards you a little bit. Pull it. There you go.
So I don't know about you, Pete, but while I was sitting in there, I didn't feel so much like an owner of the song.
Right.
I felt like a steward of the song. Like we were trying to figure out the best way to go, and we were just trying to make sure that this song lived a happy life.
Right. So that's a good point. Because we wrote the songs on stream with you guys, we decided to continue that tradition into the studio. So we did not tell the guitar player, the bass player, and the drummer, we did not tell them what to do. James Nelson is our guitar player, Chris Revels is our bass player, and Matthew Hedrick was our drummer. And at no point during the thing did we go, "Okay, right here, I want you to do this." It was, "Do you guys have any ideas for these songs?" We gave them the demos ahead of time. So they got to listen to the same demos that you guys got to listen to. And they got to listen to it the exact same way you guys got to listen to it on the show. And that's all they heard. They heard a piano and a voice.
Throwing ideas at each other and seeing what stuck.
And man, I'm going to tell you what, this band took each one of these songs in completely new directions. The songs that you guys know on, that's right, Rebels represent. The songs that you guys got to know on the show are arrangement wise, they are all still the same. The words that you know, the parts that you know, they're all still there. But with the addition of the musicians and the additions of the things that they wrote, their stuff actually changed the way I play these songs. Like actually altered my chord structures and the way I attack certain things in the song. So it's, you know, it was quite an experience. It was quite an experience. Man.
Other than some potentially upcoming accents, I didn't really play on the songs. I was acting more as a producer, which is because I've been like doing law stuff and computer stuff and corporate stuff, and these guys have been like perfecting their game for years. So getting into the studio with them and watching them play was magic. It was bloody insane. It took me like 50 minutes to sit down and write a part and think about it and learn it on the guitar before I could show it to James, and James was like, oh, and it was done.
Yeah, right.
Like, what?
He just listened to, because you guys were working on a song in the control room while we were all fucking off. Like,
oh, yeah.
And we came back in and we were like, wow, that's really pretty, James. What is that? And Art showed it to me. And you were over there and you're over in the chair singing a song. I'm like, Jesus, they're writing songs while we're there to record completely other songs.
Well, he was writing on the fly and it sounded great. So I started singing along to it. He was just like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, right?
So maybe we'll complete it. Who knows?
Yeah, right? Yeah, it was this whole week. I mean, this was day 4 in the studio. And it was day 4, right? Yeah, it's Thursday, right?
Right?
So it turns out when you work like this, when you're working in the studio and you're just like, because we were showing up at 10 o'clock. Last 2 days we showed up at 11. But we were showing up 10 o'clock and we were not leaving until 8 or 9 at night. And so we've been in the studio that whole time just pounding out songs, not looking at clocks, not paying attention to anything else but what was going on. And it was so refreshing, like because our because Wavelab sells in bulk.
The space is huge.
Yeah.
For one.
Well, because they charge in bulk. Like we told them how many days we wanted to work, and the days were just paid for. So it's not like nobody's on the clock. I mean, we were, but nobody, like if we wanted to sit down and talk about something, that was okay.
We had the space in the time.
But then we immediately got to, okay, we've talked about it. Let's go lay it down. And then walk around the corner and sit down to an already ready to go studio and just start playing again.
And you guys, it was everybody in one large space. So they were all looking at each other, and I'm looking at them through a window, occasionally walking in, doing the thing. But when you sit back and you watch these guys discover the song, it's such a beautiful experience. I hope we'll get a chance to show some of the video of just these guys sitting in a room together creating magic.
We absolutely are. I actually do have several videos prepared. In fact, that's why the show was late, because I was still building scenes in OBS. So check questions. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm glad that you did that. Jason, the first question was, were there any lyric changes? No, we are recording the songs exactly how they were written. That would not be fair for us to go back and change the lyrics after the fact, because that would take away what you guys did with us in the show.
We did add a bridge, but there are no lyrics.
That's right. We did add okay, so those of you that were here a few weeks ago when we wrote the song Advice, which was the next to last song, was the 9th song that we wrote, was the R&B song that was Your Father's Advice. Okay, so I had played a bridge on the show that was, I wasn't really like super excited about it. James, the guitar player, had actually gone home that night. While me, Art, and Tom were actually sitting out on our back porch, we get a text from James. And it's just a bunch of chords. And then we're like, what is this? And then he sent another text. He said, I think I wrote a bridge for Advice. We'll play with it tomorrow. And I went, Vic. And then a recording showed up. And we listened to that. And it was like, oh, that's magical. We're putting that in the song. So there's this whole bridge that you guys haven't even heard yet that's like in the middle of Advice. It's ridiculous. Like I did not expect that was what was going to pop out of that session. and we, even what he sent us, we still changed a little bit more after the fact, and then fit it into the song. And
it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like it's like we had Steely Dan come in and lay it down and then bounce. Like, thanks for putting that on our album, guys.
We appreciate it.
You know, it was insane. It was absolutely insane. We have and we have James to thank for that. James will totally be getting a writing credit on the song now because of that. So let's see. No, we did not do any lyric changes. That was the first question. Next one. Oncoming Storm wants to know if you played Triangle on the album. I don't think so.
I did, but it was only in the back room. So technically it's not on the album, but I like to think of it as being a part of the album.
Jason Rush has another question. How expensive is studio time?
Expensive. Moving on.
Expensive. Yeah, it's a little bit. It's a little bit. We're not into like tens of thousands of dollars or anything like that. The guy
technically we are, but we're not.
Yeah. Technically we are in toto. Not for the studio time. I mean, of course, you know, we had to make sure we had to pay the musicians too. I mean, all those guys are our friends, but they are still working musicians that do not, I mean, they don't work for free. I'm not, you know, we're not going to not pay them, you know, and we required a lot of their time. We required at least 10 hours a day for 4 days in a row, at least.
More than a full-time job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So they've already worked. The band, it's Thursday. The band's already worked over 40 hours this week. All of us.
And they're going to work on a Saturday too, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and we're going to come in and work on Saturday. That's right. So we're still not done. Yeah, Kristin said, I think that this is just par for the course of how Songw3rks operates. Write a song in 4 hours, put the whole album down in 4 days. Fucking whatever. Interestingly enough, Oncoming Storm, today we did have a theremin brought to the studio, and Art did mess around with the theremin for about an hour, trying to see if we could get something out of it. The theremin itself didn't really have the sounds that we were looking for, but it did take him in a direction. So we are going to add a theremin sounding thing to one of the songs.
There's apparently another interesting piece to the theremin, which is that any electromagnetic interference really messes with the way the theremin operates. So in order to get a really good sound out of a theremin, apparently we need to be in a Faraday cage of some sort.
Right.
And we didn't have one.
Our theremin needs to be air gapped. All right. So, let's see. We got another question here. Even if it's not included as a secret track, did we get a full band chowder? No. I got asked that today too. Oh. If we had recorded "Everybody Loves Chowder,"
you wanted okay.
There was, but I didn't think that it was in the.
It's not.
It's not really in the interest of Songw3rks.
It's not ours. It's yours.
Yeah, that's mine. I don't know that I want to, because the chat didn't have anything to do with that. You didn't have anything to do with that. That's purely a me. I mean, you know, if we got time on Saturday, we could do something, but I don't really want to spend a bunch of time personally, like laying down a song that is not going to do anything. You know what I mean? That we're not going to take anything and do anything with it.
That a song that is about chowder. And granted, we did write a song called Sugar Rush, which is about, you know, falling down in Walmart and descending into hell before clawing your way back up to consciousness.
That's true.
But given that, I still don't think that chowder sort of fits in with our.
I know, right?
Our, what would you call it? A milou?
What? James wants to know, before you wrote that sexy hook, Jason is asking James, before you wrote that sexy hook, did you just finish watching Pirates of the Caribbean? I think that's part of another question that I didn't.
Actually, he was watching Taxi Driver, he says.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Which is appropriate.
Mark wants to know, when can we expect the Songw3rks tour? Interestingly enough, we did talk about doing live Songw3rks shows a little bit.
We also talked about doing a gallery showing in Chicago.
That's
that
right.
might tour the U.S. actually with the band and our buddy Tom here, who's been taking pictures left and right.
That's true.
And video, which you're going to see soon.
Yep.
So it's entirely possible we could coordinate something that's going to end in not only a coffee table book, but a full expo, multimedia, Songw3rks.
That Tom works. I like that. The coffee table book is not a hypothetical, though. I'm pretty sure that is going to happen. That is going to be a part of this, a part of the whole thing.
But whether or not it happens in conjunction with the multimedia tour, up in the air.
Right. Okay. Another couple other questions. Kimmer wants to know, in one word each, how would you personally describe this new album?
Eclectic.
Psychotic.
Go ahead, Tom.
Your mic is not on. You can't say shit yet. So, Special K, what are your plans for laying vocals for the rest of the album? I'm sure chat would like to know that. Well,
we have room next week if you're up for it on Tuesday and Wednesday. He said he's available. I actually checked up on that.
Oh, dig it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to ask him. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to schedule vocals around the Twitch show or whether I'm going to take another week off from Twitch and just go over and do it. That is still up in the air. And if he's got Tuesday and Wednesday off, I may compound those days. We'll have to see. But there may or may not be shows next week in the interest of getting vocals done and getting them going. What is this? Oh, Mark wants to know who is singing all of the vocals and why is it Special K? Well, Special K is actually singing one of the songs, and she laid her vocals yesterday. Of course, they have to be edited or whatever, so we're not going to lay it on you today. But Special K did record the lyrics or the vocals for you. That they are done, and I just it's just like all of the songs. But especially that one, I can't wait for you guys to hear that.
And for my part, guys, I know I was part of writing the songs, but Pete's the professional vocalist. Now, I do know how to sing. You can actually hear me. You'll think I'm Pete, but you'll be able to actually hear me on Weather Patterns.
Right? Oh, there's one of the videos you are actually singing with me.
Oh, that's right.
I put one of the videos in of you and I harmonizing on the one song. So
the song we're not actually going to sing.
The song that we are not going to sing. Exactly. So Special K is singing You. I'm going to bring in, I think I'm going to bring in one of my local friends, a guy named Omari, who's an absolutely amazing singer, to sing Advice. I think we needed a different kind of voice for
somebody
that.
with a hip hop voice,
Yes.
somebody who has that smoothness.
R&B smoothness.
And Pete's a little gruff. I mean, let's be real.
Omari's got some gruff. He can bring, but Omari's range is so it's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. It's gonna blow your mind when you hear him. Because Art has actually not heard Omari sing, but I've performed with Omari on several occasions. I know he's the guy.
He did friend me today, so maybe I can find some music.
Yep. And I sent him the song today, and he was like, "That song's amazing. I love it, bro. I love it, bro."
It is amazing, dude. They're all fucking amazing.
Yeah, they're all fucking amazing. They really are. So let's see. Question 3. Oh, and then I'm going to sing the rest of them. So, Special K is singing You, Omari's going to sing Advice, and I'm singing everything else.
And I'm going to try and force my way onto a harmony here or there.
You should absolutely be singing harmonies,
but I'll
for
give
sure.
it a shot.
For sure. Mark wants to know, how many children were knocked over to acquire Reese's for studio snacks? You will have to ask Joe, because we did not go to the store.
Funny story about
Joe went
that.
to the store for us.
Wait, what? I missed that question.
Which one?
Well, I saw question 2, how expensive is studio time, and question 3, which we skipped over apparently.
There was a question 3?
Yeah, it's right above. How many children.
Yes, no. Let's address that. Did you guys ever have 2 people leaning one way and 2 people leaning another way? Question 4: how do you resolve creative conflict? Start with 3, and you say the thing.
All right. So the way that Pete and I resolve conflict is by having exactly the same brain and thoughts. And that has resolved most of our conflicts. Occasionally I'll come up with an idea like, hey, let's do some atonal shit. And he puts the kibosh on that pretty quick. Generally what we did was we spoke to the musicians. We gave them a chance to air out their thoughts. And then while we were in the studio putting things together, if something didn't quite jibe or we wanted to express different dynamics than maybe we had anticipated, what we did is we gave suggestions to them. Hey, try this, try this, try this. And eventually, as a group, we found something we liked. So there wasn't really any tension at all. It was not a tense situation. It was just a wildly creative situation.
Yeah, I know. There wasn't any tension at all in the studio this whole week. I think we had the one where you were trying to describe the drum lick to Matt. And it wasn't tense. He was just like, I want to do what you say, but I'm not sure what you're telling me to do.
I was speaking Spanish and he was speaking Greek. And Pete knows Greek and Spanish. And there you go.
I translated. And then it was done. And then he played exactly what you wanted. And the song in question was You, I believe. It was
Yeah, that's right.
It was that. Yeah, it was very, very cool. It was very, very cool. So to answer the question 3, no, there was not like half of us wanting to do one thing and half of us wanting to do another. Everybody listened to everyone's ideas and everyone chose the best thing for the song. No one said, well, my idea needs to make it on the record. There was not a moment of that. It was, because, I've said it several times this week. These songs were not written in a vacuum. They should not be recorded that way. They are no one person in the studio's creative vision.
There's another piece to this, which is that Pete and I have spent many years learning how to fight.
Yes, we have.
Not like
learning how to fight.
Fisticuffs, right? But like fighting about ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing is we'll try the idea and listen to it. And if one of us is still like, meh, we'll move on. We'll find something we both like. And that's the end of that.
And like we have over the years, both of us have taken turns winning and losing. Like, we've
been both top and bottom.
Yeah, been both top and bottom. The idea is we have to make the selection that serves the song, not the selection that serves our ego. Because our egos ultimately are boosted if the song is successful.
Right.
When the song comes out and it's badass, we get to both look what we did. Look what happened. We made a badass song. Not I made a badass song and you shut your mouth and sit there. It's not like that. It's the song is good because we both had an input on it. And in this particular situation, that's like 23. That's like 23 or 24 right there. Art and I have been doing this thing all week where we're finishing each other's sandwiches. Finish each other's sandwiches. That's what I was going to say. Oh, James still demands to shred atonal 64th notes over reality.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Well, James, we do have one day of pickups on Saturday. So you can come in, you can lay your 64th note sweeps.
We could do a James version of each of the songs. And then there's a secondary idea where we were going to do Songw3rks.
Songw3rks.
Right, which would be the what do you call it? Parody version of the album. And one of the first things that we thought about was cockwork.
Cockwork.
And James would be great at this. He did it in the car like the entire time we were driving home.
Yep.
One of the days, and it's
take me back and back and back, and now I'm back again, back,
and I'm back and back,
and back and back. Hi, Ledbetter. Rahomo's here. Jinx again. And Mark is fangirling over the Disney reference, by the way, because we finish each other's sandwiches.
Oh, the sandwiches thing is a Disney reference. Mm-hmm. I don't have kids.
Yeah, it's from Frozen. It's where they're singing a song, and they're just the guy and the girl. They're just so in sync, and I can't believe it. We finish each other's sandwiches. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, it's funny.
Horn section? We haven't yet. There are
the horn
section.
Things,
there's some places that might accommodate horns, but I don't think we've made any plans for that just yet.
I mean, we definitely could. There's definitely room for that in that door, but where that door went today, because we laid that door this morning.
There was some dude hanging out at the studio. Apparently he works there because he rents this private room where he gives like lessons for guitar and violin, etc. And we were like, "Oh, you play violin?" And he said, "Yeah, if you want any violin on anything." And I looked at Pete, and Pete looked at me, and we said, "You."
Yep.
And there it is. And it turned out really cool.
Oh my God. So there's a violin solo in You now. And it is, I mean, you guys know the song. You know that it's after the second chorus where she, the person in the song, like, yeah, That's right. When she finally gets out of her coffin and now she's come back to life and she's exacting her revenge. The violin solo that we laid, while incredibly melodic and very, very cool, is also evocative of the transformation that she goes through from being dead to being undead, and then finally getting out of the box that she's trapped in and going and killing the guy.
Which is entirely on brand for us, because if you guys have listened to Weather Patterns, you know that there's some musique concrète.
You just don't make stuff up for the. Yeah, the violin solo is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. He did a bunch of takes, and then we Frankenstein together something that we thought was amazing, that we thought really sold the idea of the song, and we can't wait for you guys to hear it. Then the stuff we've been doing on the studio, it's seriously some of the coolest studio work I've ever done.
And keep in mind, we walked in there without preconceptions.
Right.
We were not committed to genre, even though we did write within the scope of particular genres while we were creating these Songw3rks songs. But we walked in there, and you'll hear this when we release Clockwork, because that song took a complete left turn.
I think Clockwork is the one that changed the most from how I play it and how I deliver it to what's going to be on the record. Songw3rks, if I may, or I'm sorry, Clockwork, if I may, is metal as fuck now. It is metal, and it's so awesome. It's so awesome. That was the last thing we did today, was Clockwork. Last song we recorded for the album was Clockwork.
Notwithstanding the unfortunate incident with the theremin.
With the theremin? Yeah, like so. I am not ignoring your comments, Jason. I've answered all your questions. Don't you whine at me. You can ignore my comments if you want to, but I still feel entitled to the duet that I made up, you promising us. There's not one. He made it up, but he still feels entitled to it.
I'm missing. That's wrong.
He said, off topic, looking at the logo on the bottom of the screen, I finally know why a 3 is used when spelling Songw3rks in text. Oh yeah, because it's a measure. Yeah. Yeah, Davey, the stuff. So Warrior, which I will tell you guys, you will hear the rough cut of Warrior today, because I put the rough cut of Warrior on the photo video that I made right before the show. So the rough cut of Warrior is actually in a video, and you will be hearing that today.
For a song we wrote for Song Exposed.
Yep. I figured that was all right. We don't want to give the whole thing away yet, because it really is still rough. And even though it sounds really amazing and we really, really like it, it has not been mixed. It has not been fixed. It's not like we have not. Oh, did I say measure? I meant quarter rest.
Yeah, look at Storm here with the
screaming parts of the lyrics.
He did
now on
actually
Clockwork.
In the studio. He started in parts where it really got gruff, and he was doing some of the screaming stuff. I don't know if we're going to keep that necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know. It might not make it in the final mix.
Yeah, but it was neat to hear.
Yeah, it was good.
And James wanted to take it even further with the death metal vocals, like he was just talking about. But I don't know. It's viable. It's
and
possible.
64th note sweeps. That's still on the table. Which, I mean, I'm fucking around, but James can totally do because he's badass. I really did. That's something that I feel like both you and I came to accept over the week, is that I chose some true badasses for this project.
And we give them room to be badasses.
And gave them room to be badasses in the way they wanted to.
That's right.
And I know, when Chris was leaving, he hugged me and said that this is one of his favorite recording projects he's ever been on. He said, nobody ever asks me to do what I want. He said, people just hand me a part and make me go. Nobody ever asked me to do what I want. And we asked him to do what we wanted. What is this? Oh, never mind. Sorry, I was looking at something else. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to show a video here.
Yeah, man.
So the first video that we're going to show is the behind the scenes look at the studio that Tom shot. And then if you're ready, we can have you on the show. So we're going to look at a behind the scenes at Songw3rks. This is us. We're actually playing, I think we're playing Warrior in this video.
Okay.
I think.
Together while I wasn't looking, so.
Not this one. This is actually a video he already did.
Oh, okay.
The video that I put together was of pictures that he'd taken.
Oh, cool.
And then I put the actual Warrior audio underneath it. But this is a video that Tom shot, and it's going to be part of the documentary. This is the behind the scenes. Here we go. That'll be like the back half of the solo section. And then when we come back in, we come back into a verse. You go back to the verse. I'm starting up with my friends, so here I go again. It seems my life's spent. My chance for rubble domination's up, so I'm leaving. It's a second chorus, you can go back to that thing. Like you just, yeah, back up. So that was a look inside the studio. Now you'll notice when Tom is shooting the video inside the booth, you can hear everything because all that stuff is running. It's running through the monitors, and you can hear it in the control room. But when you walk around the corner into where we were actually at, the only thing you can hear is the drums because the piano, the guitar, and the bass were all running direct into the board. We did not have amplifiers in the room. We were all wearing headphones, so we could all hear what we were doing, but there was no sound in there. It was just the drums. So everybody that's in the room has to be like really quiet while they're playing their stuff. So you'll notice Art was sitting in there. He had to sit really still and not tap his foot or sing along or anything.
There's another clip we have where I actually got to not do that. And,
right.
Tommy
because the drums were in the control room because they were electronic. That's right. There was, on advice, we actually have like an electronic kit for that R&B vibe. So he actually put that in the control room. So in the big room, we could be as loud as we could do whatever we wanted and be as loud as we wanted because none of that stuff was getting captured. There were no room mics in there. I had a talkback mic, which you'll see the microphone was in front of me. I did have a talkback mic, but that was to talk into their cans while we were recording. I had to get right up on it like this and talk kind of quietly so that it didn't go over into the drum microphones, but that everybody else could still hear it. So I had to restrain myself, you know, so, thank you guys. I'm really glad you liked that. Would you like to come on now, sir? Okay. So I'm gonna turn your mic on.
Hello.
And then I'm gonna say,
Here comes
look at this guy.
What's
Ladies
up?
and gentlemen, that is Tom McDonald of Tom McDonald Photography. He has been one of my best friends for at least 3 decades.
He's been one of my best friends for at least 4 days.
Right?
Yeah, we've known each other in the previous life in college. I think we met up maybe once or twice in the circle of Pete, I like to call it, in college. But this is the most time we've spent physically together.
And it's been delightful, guys. He's a lot of fun to hang with.
Yeah, and you're such a great cuddler.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah. Aw.
It's the strokes that make it.
I'd say it's like the way we play with my hair, but I don't have any more hair. So We'll just leave that alone.
Kimmer is extremely excited to see you on camera right
Yes. My girlfriend is in the room. She hasn't seen me in, let's just say, about 5 days.
It was like, hey.
So,
now. Okay.
hey.
So you guys, Special K just put a link in the chat. I want you guys to pay very close attention to that. Special K just put a link in chat to Tom A. McDonald photo. Please click that. Go check out Tom's work. Tom is an amazing photographer. He's got some incredible content up on it. You do have content up on your website.
Yeah, that being said, I've been shooting a massive amount of stuff this spring and summer, and one of the things I wanted to do was wait to update my website when I got back from this venture. So my website's kind of blow up with a lot of content in the next probably 3 weeks. Just kind of adding stuff here and there as I get back. So I'll be back in.
To pay attention to.
Yeah, I'll be back in Chicago. I'll be back in Chicago on Monday. I'm not doing anything on Monday, but having a me day. But so starting next week, I'll be updating the website with a lot more
by
content,
Monday you will have deserved it. You have
Yeah,
done,
I
you've done
have
an amazing job this week.
Thank you.
That video that you saw, that was just him on a GoPro. You have not seen his photographs yet, which I am actually going to go ahead and show that video because you're on the show and we're talking about it, and then I want you to share some of your experiences from this week.
Yeah.
So real quick, you guys, we're going to show the video that I put together about an hour ago.
Which is why we were late.
Yeah, which is why we were late.
Hopefully this is worth it.
And it will be. It's very cool. You guys, while you're watching this, please go follow those links. Check him out on Facebook and Instagram.
And thank you, Special K, for doing that. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Please put that, and we'll keep. I don't know why I didn't. But I had a ton of things to do, so I forgot to put that in a Nightbot timer. I
will never hold that against you. You've been doing way too much.
I might put those. I might actually put those links in a Nightbot timer and have them pop up here in a minute while we're watching this video.
And P, what song is this that's going to be playing?
Okay, so the track that is on this video is the studio cut of Warrior with no vocals. So you guys are going to get a huge behind the scenes right now it's a sneak peek. I almost didn't want to do this, but I felt like it was necessary. You're going to get a sneak peek of one song,
number one,
the very first one that we did. That's right. This is the very first song that we ever did as Songw3rks. So I don't know. It felt right to make it the first preview you guys are going to hear. Really, really hope that you guys like it. This is all of Tom's photo work. So make sure that you're using those links in the chat to follow him on all of the things. And here we go, guys. Ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm nervous.
I can't hear it.
All right. No, we can't. We won't be able to hear it, but you guys will. And you'll be on the video when we watch the video back after it goes up on YouTube. Which
I'm going to cheat. I'm actually going to try to see if I can hear this.
Right on. All right. So here is the video, guys. And there it was. What did you guys think of the stuff? How does it sound? Oh, look at chat was lighting up. Chat was lighting up. There it is.
Hell yes.
All right, and we've got. Just taking a look at chat. Davy's eating a sandwich. Said this is funky as fuck. Giblet says definitely has some stank. And then they're making fun of my knuckles, I guess. Davey says that somebody had an epic stank face.
I will tell you this: I have a lot of stank faces. I think from everybody in the band. I talked to James. I will say of all the people that you guys were amazing to shoot. It was fantastic. But I told James yesterday. James was I told him, I was like, you're my favorite person to shoot because he's so facially animated. And then I think he kind of realizes when I start throwing the camera in his face while he's in rehearsals, I think he throws a little extra stank on some faces for me. So we got some good ones. Everybody has them. Everybody has them.
He's a showboat, man. This guy knows how to show.
It's because he's damn good.
He is.
Oh, we got producer Kevin is in here as Jasmine Kane. Jasmine Kane, of course. You guys need to be following Jasmine Kane. Let's get some Jasmine Kane shout out. Y'all need to go be following her. Make sure that happens. And how you doing, producer Kevin? Producer Kevin, we got done with a huge recording project today. So I am on with I was gonna say Art's the guy in the hat and glasses, but
now Art is the guy in the hat.
Art is the guy in the hat and glasses. That is my my writing partner, my songwriting soulmate, Art Mays, and in the middle there is my very, very good friend Tom McDonald, who has graciously agreed to come and shoot this whole project for us, so that we can put content on our website. He's going to make a coffee table book of the whole experience, and we're just really just documenting the whole thing. So yeah, it's been a wild fucking 5 days. So we've got we're having a big rap party tomorrow here at the house, and then Saturday we're going back in for overdubs and some cleanup work, things like that. So
portrait work for me. You guys are gonna be my portrait models that day.
Oh, that's true.
You guys are gonna be doing the official band photos.
Oh yeah, we have to do to do our portrait photos for that day too. Yes, we got the shout outs for Elizabeth and Mark Cords too. Hell yeah. Oh, Jason, thanks for that. He said 2 years. That's worth bridge over troubled waters, right?
It's not.
It's not today. Not today. We are musiced out right now. Like it has been an insane amount of music happening this week. It's just been great. Tom, talk about the shoot, and first of all, tell everybody how you got into photography and stuff.
I mean, how do I get into photography? I mean, the quickest answer to that is in junior high when you sign up for activity periods. Someone pushed me into the yearbook one, and the art teacher handed me a 35mm camera and said, "Go shoot some everyday candid photos, and we'll put them in the yearbook." And they used about a dozen were in the junior high yearbook, and I got kind of a huge kick out of that. So I kind of flirted with it all through school. Nothing is serious at all, and then I ended up working in film and television for about 12, 15 years. And I was on sets of movies. I was on Transformers, The Dark Knight, Contagion, all kinds of TV shows, the Chicago Fire shows, things like that. And I would have my camera with me and take some photos, and then one day I decided to just take the leap and left the TV business and started doing photography full time. And it's taken me about it's probably been about 8 to 10 years of bartending and managing restaurants and doing things I don't want to do. But I've kind of gotten to the point this year where, this is kind of my thing. This is kind of my full-time thing now. So
You gotta find a way to fund your passion.
yeah. So it's been a hard road traveled. But I feel really good about how my photography's been going this year. So I've been doing a lot of crazy shoots. I think in 1 month I did 4 weddings, 2 in 1 weekend, and that's.
Well, I'm glad we grabbed you this week before your stock went up.
And
Yeah,
you know, man,
I turned down 2 weddings to be here.
if what we've seen is any indicator, you're fucking brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, thank you. I'm still very modest about my work. I still look at that panorama shot we did of you guys performing at Smokey Joe's the other night.
He's modestly brilliant.
I look at that photo and all I see are the 3 big errors staring me in the face going, fix me. So I posted on Facebook. Not a lot of people saw them. Now it's going to be a thing where you go and try to find the things that's got like a Where's Waldo. It's like Where's Tom's fuck ups. So,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, Special K says, I love Tom's eye. So amazing.
Yeah.
She's giving you the shout.
And then that's one thing I learned. I used to produce a lot of live television. So my style is very candid photojournalistic. So that's kind of my signature style. And I've learned to get the moments as they happen without kind of being seen, which is one thing I've kind of, Pete told me today. He's like, today was the first day he actually didn't notice me in his face taking pictures and videos. So that kind of was like, oh, I accomplished something then finally.
Speaking of capturing candid things.
Yeah.
I do want to show
Yes.
there's your Nightbot, by the way. I made a Nightbot while
Hey, look at that.
I made a Nightbot with your links. Well,
Look at that.
I made a Nightbot with your links while the other video was on.
Sweet.
But I do want to share something that was extraordinarily candid. This is an exchange between our guitar player James Nelson and our violin player Jason Poor, who is I believe playing mandolin in this.
I think so.
Or no, I don't think it's a mandolin. I think it's a.
Did you catch that? Did you catch that?
I basically
was-
we were listening to playback
Well-
of Kristin's vocals in the control room, and I was getting some cleanup shots of just whatever was happening. Everybody left the
It's
control.
not a mandolin, by the way.
Right.
Now I'm
Everybody was
thinking
taking. Everybody kind of left the control room. We're kind of taking some just empty shots of the studio and things, and just kind of getting some ambient photos. And I come back out, and this is happening. And so I immediately got the camera out and took some video of this because
Yeah, so
this
get
is
this. So James,
this is the
right?
kind of side stuff that just
Yep.
is golden, and you
Yeah.
can't not get something like this.
Just to let you know, this is probably going to be a hidden track on the album. So
If I get the setup right. So James, the entire time that we're working, is just throwing out atonal stuff all the time.
Oh yeah,
The right one?
100%.
And Jason apparently caught on to this somehow. And
Yeah,
so
and-
James
and-
is sitting in a chair, and Jason comes out with his guitar, and without a word,
Yeah.
apparently starts accompanying this
He-
atonal masterpiece.
And he just got out of a guitar lesson, so he's tuning his guitar for his next lesson, and then James just ran with it.
Yep.
And this is what happened.
and this is what happened. So here we go.
And a 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got footage earlier.
That is some atonal fun right there. You're already better than that band that Zappa likes. So yeah, so that's
Yeah.
that's a hidden track on the record right
Yeah.
there. We're having a atonal hold down.
Like really hidden, like really hidden, deep.
You have to hack the disc with a computer to find the hidden data.
Yeah.
but it's gonna be on there.
You have to earn your ear bleed.
You have to connect a PlayStation 5
Earn your-
to an Xbox and a Steam Deck,
That's right.
right? And
That's
then
right.
you'll have access.
And then you have to wirelessly download it from all that to the Nintendo Switch.
Plus, there's a $500 fee one time.
Yeah, we had a little hoedown in the middle. They
was,
was
it
doing
was
some
great,
square dancing. So that's the kind of candid stuff that Tom was just walking around the studio filming.
Yeah.
So there was little snippets of discussions and things like that, and the goal there with all the video and the pictures and all that is to put that all into a documentary that'll be on YouTube and websites and all of that stuff too. So we'll be making a. Happy says only for the Patreon subs. We'll
Yes.
Put that on.
Can I get in on that Patreon?
Yeah, right. But so this will all be documentary footage that we'll be putting in a video to release sometime to kind of go along with the release of the album and the release of the coffee table book and the.
We
And,
actually have a 7-part film that we're planning.
Yeah.
And Tom is going to be the director. Pete and I are going to be producers on it. And it's going to be titled Songw3rks Volumes 1 through 7.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just finding out about this.
The 7 film series. That's right. Jason says, wait, there's a Patreon? How am I missing out on another way to throw money at Pete? Oh, it's okay. You don't have to throw money at us. But those were little dumb little candid moments that happened in the studio. Like I said, we were able to take breaks. We were able to stop and we ate lunch at that table that you saw in the video. That
was my office, by the way. Thanks for dirtying it up every 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's where Tom was set up with his laptop, and he had Lightroom open. So every time he would go in and take pictures, when there was a lot of the same shit going on in the studio, it's like, well, I'm not going to sit here and do this for 5 hours at one song.
Basically, I Pete and the guys in Art, you guys allowed me to come into the studio and shoot my work inside the actual studio itself while you guys were rehearsing per se.
We didn't allow anything. He forced his way in.
Yeah, I can jimmy a lock like nobody's business. But no, when you guys actually went to go record, that's when I would step out, give you guys your space and your time. And if I did anything, it was in the sound booth. But I would go hide and try to keep up on my edits. I think I told you guys halfway through yesterday, I got buried in more work than I could catch up on. So now we're just kind of like, screw it. We're just going to edit highlights and go from there and probably give me a month.
Sure.
45
TV,
days.
Sitting around.
Yeah. Thanks to Pete keeping me up until 2 a.m. last night, showing me the plethora of the hidden gems on YouTube. I have a ton of shit to watch now.
That's right. I showed him the YouTube channel Toy Galaxy, where they do all kinds of history of this and that and history of all the things.
I walk in that rabbit hole with wide eyes.
Bird?
Dude, we got Swirl in the chat right now.
Swirl's
here.
Swirl. We've talked about you several times. Your name has come up literally. Pete and I have brought your name up several times this week.
Hey, Swirl.
It's so good to
She's a wanderer, just
swirly, swirl.
as me. And I will follow anytime she wants to leave.
That's why I'm a photographer. I am not a singer. You will not hear me sing. There's no hidden tracks.
Let's be honest. Mostly Pete shows the bourbon at that time of night.
Oddly, no.
There's no bourbon in the house. But there's a great deal of wine, which we're going to attack when the show is over.
Yes, sir.
So, Jason says, "There's my duet. Got it. Mission accomplished." That was it.
Actually, don't we have a clip of you guys?
We do, don't we?
Do we? Yes, we do.
Yes.
We absolutely do.
You'll never hear this on an album because we're having.
Yeah, because we're going to have our friend Omari do it. But this was us in the studio. Again, the instruments are going in. So they're going direct, so you won't be able to hear the instruments. But at this point, we were playing through the song Advice. And Art was actually sitting next to me, harmonizing the whole time. I couldn't really hear him because I had my cans on, but he was singing to himself. Well, Tom had the video camera in there, so you actually can hear it. So these are some scratch harmonies and to Advice.
For the voyeurs.
Yeah, that's right. So check it out. Compromise Under all that flesh is a heart that bites, so treat it right. Be your own best friend, 'cause you're stuck with yourself. Don't give up your judgment to anyone else. Set personal boundaries and try not to tell too many lies. This is not about me. I've been down some roads, seen some things I can't unsee. Those things are for your eyes. So listen and be wise to your father's advice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that was us in the studio with Art just riffing on harmonies and everything. And none of that got captured by any microphones or anything.
No.
But we were fortunate enough to get that clip in the studio.
And there's lots of gems like that I caught with you guys. There's a lot of the video you haven't even seen yet, Pete, that I think you're going to be a little impressed with the little moments that I've caught.
Yeah.
So,
that's neat, man. That's the things. Those are the things that you, after the fact, go back and really appreciate everything that happened. Because while it's going on, there's so much there that you're not able to fully appreciate it. Notwithstanding Pete, who is singing his heart out and directing, and it's amazing to watch him direct the stage play of musicians as they're going, right? And as he's doing his thing.
That was that picture, the picture that Tom took that I ended up making my profile pic, is actually of me pointing at the band. I was cutting them off at the end of Superhero Valentine.
Actually, no, that when you're doing the rock thing, that was at the end of.
That was at the end of Superhero Valentine?
I think that was the end of Valentine. I think that was one of the first clean runs in rehearsals before you laid the track down of Valentine, and I could see, because I know you. I've known you for decades. I could see you. You're jamming on the piano, and I could see it build up. Like, you're like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. This is, and then as soon as it got done, the big crescendo ending, you're just kind of like, fuck yeah, and you're just like, that's what that picture was. That was the end of Valentine.
Because most of this was me and Pete being like, what the hell is happening right now? This is so awesome.
Yeah. Because we've spent a lot of time with these demos, and of course, and playing them on the show, and you guys have heard these songs too. To hear them in the studio now with all this new stuff, and the other players taking the songs in new directions, man, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. In fact, so I'm going to give you guys another little sneak peek. Now, this video is a little longer. So Tuesday night, you guys have heard me talk about the place that I love to go, Smoky Joe's. So Art actually had said very early on in this process, when we have the whole band together, we should go to Smoky Joe's and play these songs, and play these songs and test them in front of people and see what people think. And so we did. I got James and Chris, who very rarely ever go to Smoky Joe's. Like, they do not like going, hanging out with that many people in a claustrophobic setting and all that. But got them to agree to come out. And we did 2 songs on stage that night. And we actually I have the video. Now, the sound quality is not super great. It was shot with a GoPro. But
on top of a log.
But you guys can hear, so we played 2 of the songs at Smoky's for open mic night. And I totally want to lay that on you here, and then we're going to do a guest switch out, and somebody else is going to come on. So I want you guys to check out the Smoky's video. This is, you will recognize both tunes, and I hope you enjoy them. Here we go. gentlemen, I am Pete, and some of you know me right on. So the last time I was in here, I came up on stage and I told you guys about this project that I was doing. And I said, we write songs on the Twitch channel, and then I played 2 of those songs or whatever. This week, we're actually in the studio recording all of those songs. So today, I brought the band that I'm recording those songs with, and we're gonna do 2 of those songs that we recorded in the last 2 days. So we hope you guys dig these, because we're having a fuckload of fun making them, I'll tell you what. So, this first one's about a dude, works a 9 to 5, and it sucks, and it's humdrum, and it's all day, but when he comes home, he gets online, and he is a fucking king. I know, right? This song is called Warrior Powerful Way. Yeah, that's right, that's right. Sorry, they literally all just learned these songs yesterday, so. Oh, he needs some glasses, he needs some glasses. Here we go. It's a powerful way. It's a powerful way. It's a powerful way to forget I ain't living my dreams. Well, here I go again. I find myself all in it. I'm not living a dream. I'm holding on to it. My forces wait for me while I work at TBC. But when I get back home, know what you will do about to me. It's a powerful way. It's a powerful way. It's a powerful way to forget I ain't living my dream. Got a nice life, get it up tight. I got my inventory stacked together just right. I got a cheat code, a nice cigar mode. Yeah, the up, down, the left, right's a no-go. I'm on earth, I'm a warrior. And I want you to know you taste my blade. It's a powerful way. It's a powerful way. It's a powerful way to forget I ain't living my dreams. Can I get some vocals in this monitor over here? My man. Thank you, dude. I'm glad you guys like that. Are you ready to get down? Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Very low. All right. All right. All right. So this next song is about somebody who hurts themselves at a grocery store and has an acid trip that deals with candy. I know it's super fucked up and kind of autobiographical, I guess. The song is called Sugar Rush. This is what happens when Ben Folds has sex with Molly Hatchet. Come here. Right before we go, we are done, but I want to let you guys know, for the last 5 or 6 years, I've been writing the songs with this guy named Art Mays, who lives in Chicago. And none of this Songw3rks shit would be possible without me and him working on the Twitch channel, writing these songs. And he's here in Chicago to help us write this record. And I just want to clap and say thank you, friend, for coming, buddy. Art Mays, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise, come on. Okay, we're out of here. Let's get the next people up. Came to write this song, fucking Mark Gerganis, he's the one that kicked open the door. He starts going, why were you guys talking about that time you fell down and killed all those kids at Walmart? What? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, okay. No, yeah, let's totally do that. And so the song became like, the song starts off the guy is already like hallucinating about candy and shit, right? By the end of the song, you realize he's knocked himself out at the candy aisle at Walmart, and he can't believe he fell down and almost died because he was shopping for a Klondike bar. And I'm like, fuck you, and fuck you.
Like, I still like it. It's destined. You were gonna find a Klondike bar song. And
Yeah, and his wife, he tells his wife that he's like, I worked the Klondike bar line. And she rolls her eyes. She's like, that's so stupid. And he's like, I know, we're doing it.
That's why it's in
And
the
now
song.
I'm like,
tell your wife
this song is fucking dope.
of all the deep shit you've read, Klondike bar.
I know, right?
I like the
Yes, that's
intersectionality of the Klondike bar jingle with Buddy Caldwell's "What You Won't Do for Love"
For
coming
sure.
together. That's a
Right.
pairing I didn't think would happen.
I
But
know, right?
there it is.
All right, so I think we're good on this song. Let's go. So here we go. So that was, I went ahead and tacked the story onto the end of it because nobody in the studio knew what the song was about.
Yeah, what it was about.
I'm sitting here going blah blah. But I told the story and Tom recorded it, so I stuck that on the end. And now we have a special guest. You all know who it is. It's Special K, guys. Come on.
I'm not in
Yay.
my right seat. I feel weird over here. It's very strange.
So, Special K, tell everybody what you did yesterday.
So I was able to go into the studio yesterday. I unfortunately was not able to get any time off this week other than yesterday. Surprise, surprise, because, I always work. But I was able to spend some time, watch the guys work, and then I laid vocals all afternoon for you, which was super exciting. I've been jazzed about this song from the jump, like to the point where Pete was sitting right here, hit end stream like right out, and that door flew open, and I was like, it's me.
Yep.
It's me. It has to be me. Me? No one else but me. I have to do it. So I've been just like waiting, chomping at the bit for this moment, and it was awesome.
Yeah. So she laid down her vocals, and her first pass was pretty good. There was some connection that we weren't getting. So Art and I had to talk about
Stuff and
things and all of that stuff, and how we could get more out of the end. So we had to talk with Special K about being more evil. So there is now a tonal switch.
She moved from iZombie to Ursula.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. Mark Cords would be very proud of me. I did my very best Ursula.
Yeah. It got very
Wicked.
like we were sitting in the booth while you were laying that. It was like, oh damn, that
Dude,
shit got dark.
have you ever seen those Mexican jumping beans? That was basically Pete.
Yeah. That is, I did. You couldn't see it because you had your back to, but like.
No, I couldn't see. And that's the thing. Like, it felt so weird because the ISO booth that I was in, like, I was not, like, when I was talking to Pete and Art and Joe, they were all the way on the other side of the studio behind me. Like, I had wall, microphone, stand, and that was it. Like, I was facing a wall.
She might as well have been in Chicago, y'all.
Yeah, like I really was. And I'm sitting there and I'm singing and whatever. And then I'm like, I'd hear, in my ear, hear them. And I'd be like, okay. I started to turn around, but I couldn't really see anybody. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to sing to the wall. That's just what's going to happen.
Yep.
So.
And when she hit, I think it was the second "Neither Will You."
So neither will you.
Yeah, I jumped out of my chair. What the fuck? That's the one.
Literally, like
That's
5
the
feet
one!
in the air, man. I was watching him. And he went,
Because we had just. What's interesting
Well-
is I actually put the video in here of the three of us talking in the booth before she went back in to do that. Mm-hmm. So we're talking about getting you to be more evil, and then you went in and did it, and that's when I jumped out of the chair. It was
Because
like,
I mean,
holy fuck.
you guys have heard me sing the song countless times on the show, right? And it's always, I mean, at the end, she's pissed. She's pissed off. Like, she thought she was dating this guy and he killed her, and now she's dead. Like, she's dead.
But she was a sexy pist.
But
previously.
yeah. But anyway, so I always had the end of it be angry. Like, she was always angry. No. This is not what they wanted. I figured they wanted angry. I knew they wanted angry. I did not know they wanted evil Ursula like that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that they wanted that. Once I figured out the level of which they wanted, I was all in. I was in. I was like, you wanted evil? Okay, let's do it.
Yep. Actually, real quick, first of all, I want to thank Rice Tales for resubbing for 20 months. Holy crap, Rice Tales. That's amazing. And you're just in time, Rice Tales, because real quick, before you go, because we'll come back and you can talk about it some more. I want to play this video of us talking, like discussing it.
Yeah.
Because there's a funny little K moment at the end of it, which I thought was cute, so I left it in.
Oh, I haven't seen this, by the way.
I don't think I have either.
So this is the discussion before Special K went back in the booth to record the evil stuff. This is what we talked about.
So
I think that's going to provide a distinct dynamic difference from earlier in the song when she's a sweet girl that doesn't think that she has gone out with a murderer.
Everything's great.
Everything's great. I'm gonna bang it.
Now I'm going to
him in the
kill
box.
you.
Now I'm dead.
You shouldn't have buried me alive.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that was like. Did you initially not want to fully commit to the evil because you just got it out?
Well,
like that was,
I was like halfway evil on the first take. Like, I wasn't sure that you wanted to full. Right. Okay, so there is a difference between evil sounding and caricature, and I'm now full caricature.
Yes.
Like, and I didn't know that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
If you wanted full caricature, I'd have given you the body language from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We're coming back. Yeah. That's okay. He's watching the playback there. Body language. Body language. As soon as I saw that in the video, I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm putting that on the show." That's on the show for sure.
Oh my God.
Oh, Ricedale said, so you were lawful evil instead of chaotic evil.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was acceptable evil. I have this discussion with my daughter that I can be mad or I can be angry, and those are two different things. Like, they are two different things. So
Are you talking about like Jack Kerouac mad?
right? No,
right?
not quite like that. But but it was really like channel. Like, I had to sit there and, like, again, all on my own in the ISO booth, like, just kind of be like, okay, how would I do this? And really what I thought about, and what they helped me think about too, was how would I do this if I was in a Broadway play? That's really kind of how I had to, like, view it, which was, okay, I'm in character. I am no longer just singing a song. I'm not, like, it's just not singing. I am acting now. So now I have to turn the switch, like, on that last part of the song and just be like, all right, I've got you.
I am going to eat you alive.
Right.
And I'm going to enjoy it.
Just like, neither will you.
Yeah. That was it. That was
Blood
the thing.
flows like rivers and blots out the sun. You're what? That.
Yes.
Like, it was, so I had to get that. And it again, I had to discuss levels, like what kind of level you wanted.
Okay, we got a question here from Jason Rush that
we do need to address that question.
So Q5, as an artist, you tend to work and rework stuff to make it better and make it better. How do you know when it's done? I want to tell a quick story here. Have you guys ever seen that movie Parenthood? I don't know if there was a new one.
Oh my God,
like
yeah, I
an old
remember
school
that
one.
movie.
Yes,
So
Steve
there was
Martin.
there was this moment with
The
Steve
only
Martin.
thing I remember from that movie is when the kid finds the vibrator from the What's
That makes an odd sense. I want one of those. Never mind. Did I say anything? So anyway, so
That's
Steve
all
Martin.
I remember is like.
So Steve Martin, right, goes to this class. I think it's a kindergarten class, and he talks to the teacher, and he looks at all these pictures hanging on the walls the kids have done, and he asks the teacher. He says, "But each of these is brilliant. How do you teach them how to be such brilliant artists?" And the teacher says the trick is knowing when to take it away from them. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the key.
Yeah.
For us, is like for the songs, for example, with Songw3rks, we have a set amount of time. We have 4 to 5 hours. Pete has to eat dinner, right? So we have 4 to 5 hours to write a
He
song.
gets very hangry.
And so we don't get caught up in too many of the quibbling details. We don't try to write a freaking epic journey. What we're trying to write is a solid, concise story. Right. And we know, because the story sort of guides us to when it's done in conjunction with this framework or architecture that we set up for a song. Now, in terms of actually writing the rest of the song and like putting it together and filling out all the details, when it's done because it makes you smile all the way through. You're like, inside, your body is like, yeah, man, I get this song. And it doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
It doesn't. Sometimes you just have to go with what you get because you run out of time, run out of money, whatever it is.
Right.
In this instance, though, it's going to be this process of creativity is done when the creators are done creating it. And Pete and I are not the only creators here.
That's correct.
And so,
That's correct.
we don't have final say over when it's done.
Right. I think
when they weren't done. Even when I made demos for them, when I made the piano and voice, those songs were not done. I knew that they were going to change and evolve and grow into a different animal. So when it was time to go in the studio, it's like, yeah, I've given you the demo. You have the form, right? You have the form of the song. Now, what else are we going to do in that space? Mm-hmm. What else are we going? What other creative outlets are we gonna explore? And we explored literally all of them. All of them got explored, and it was. Yeah, I just can't say enough. Oh, and we have, and you guys won't get to hear this, but we have the final 2 made it into Google Drive tonight. So we have those to listen to.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you'll be able to hear the final cuts of That Door and Clockwork.
I'm looking
forward to that we did today.
I think one of the best things about the time constraint on it is that you don't have time to second guess yourself.
Right.
You absolutely, because a lot of times, honestly, in most things in life, your first instinct is your best instinct. Your first offer is your best offer. You're where you feel like you need to go very first, what your gut is telling you is a lot of times the right thing.
You make that call in the moment,
Yep.
and then when you realize the call that you made later,
Mm-hmm.
you realize the brilliance of it.
Yeah.
But not always in the moment.
And I think that's so important. I learned that when I was writing for the newspaper. I had a deadline. I used to be a sports. I think we've talked about this. I used to write for sports. I used to write football. Like my internship in college was at a newspaper. I had spent, Tom, actually, it's funny that you say that you started photography in yearbook because I totally did too.
I did
That's
too.
exactly where I started. But I did my internship at the newspaper and the local newspaper, and I was following sports teams, and I would have, from the time I left the game, which was 9-ish, until 11 o'clock to submit copy. Like, that's it. That's all I had. And I had to get the whole gist of the game, and I had to get the whole gist. And you don't even have time to think. Like, you just do. And it's sometimes when you have those time constraints, like a 4-hour show, or we got to get it done in this time frame, I think that's sometimes when you do your best work.
I mean, really, if you don't have those time constraints, you either end up with Bohemian Rhapsody or Tommy Knockers, right?
Well, I think there was a whole lot of cocaine that went into that too. So, I think we don't have the cocaine in the issue, in the scenario, but yes. Yeah, like do you do until X, but then it's edit time? Yes.
Oh, he's asking, do you budget in time for editing? I was going to get to that when you when you were done.
Well, that's the thing that we're talking about. We're very excited because all of the principal stuff has been laid, but there's still a lot more to do. So
there's still a ton of work to be done.
I know that we talk, and this will be a lot quicker than what we've been doing as far as anticipating the Art and Pete stuff for the album. This in totality will be done much quicker.
Yeah.
One, because of the way that we chose to do this for the week of getting all the stuff laid, but other, it's just a different animal. Both things are different animals, but I think the frantic pace of this that's what it should be.
And you know what? Pete and I believe fundamentally that we should proceed like this from now on.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think we should. This is definitely the way albums should be made, man. This is how we need to make records.
Well, isn't that how it used to be?
Yeah, this is how it's supposed to be.
This is how it's supposed to be, right?
The band goes in, lays down the song as the band, and then you have time for overdubs. Then the vocalist will come in and sing them all. Very, very rarely will a vocalist sing while they're laying down tracks.
Right.
Because you want to focus on your part. You want to get the part right.
Yeah, that's why it was.
But then you also can't sing in the room with drums.
Right.
Because that'll all bleed onto the vocal mic, and then you won't be able to get it.
We were talking about how it was so important for him that that he hadn't done a lot of rehearsal beforehand.
Who? Which?
Matt.
Yeah.
Drummer. That he didn't create patterns that would stick him in a rut.
Right.
We were creating on the fly. And that's true for us as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was a constant process of discovery. It wasn't like we walk in and we know exactly what's supposed to happen, exactly where it's supposed to happen. We line the blocks up. It's like we get into a room and we're like, hey, we got a song. Let's put it on and see what you guys got.
Right.
And then pick and choose and then play with it. But it's all playing in the moment with everybody in a creative process. It's not a singular creative process. And to me, that's the most brilliant thing, because I write songs alone all the fucking time.
Right.
Right.
I can sit in my room and write songs forever, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. It's not a real song. It's not the experience that this was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wish that I was able to just be there as like a fly on the wall for the rest of the week. Like it sucks that I wasn't able to be there, but I'm glad. That's why, I know, and you say you don't usually lay vocals down while the other stuff is being done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it was really important for you to be finished the day before so that I could come in and do it, because that's like literally the only way I was going to be able to be a part of this. And I just wanted to experience it. So we kind of broke that tradition a little bit, but it's not done. It still needs to get, everything still needs to get worked on, but at least we were able to have some sort of vocal work done a little bit. But
yeah.
Plus,
guys,
I get to be a diva. I get to be like, it's my day. It's fine.
And it was like we did your vocals in the middle and in between.
Yeah,
they still
got. It was not just solely me.
Yeah, we got two songs done the day. They did a
song in the morning, and then I did the afternoon session, and then they did a song after I was done. So I didn't consume their whole day.
Right.
Thank goodness. I was so nervous
thank good
going
you didn't
in.
Need to.
Oh, what's that?
You didn't need to. That's part of the beauty of it.
I know. I was like, oh my God, what if they hate it? What if they hate
Nope.
it?
No, she pulled it off, guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I think you guys are going to be
I'm so
very, very happy with the outcome.
I am thrilled. I can't even.
So, Special K, I know that you need to get to bed.
I have to. 5:30 comes really super early. Oh no, I've been up at 5:30.
Yeah, she's up at 5:30 all the time.
It's almost 11.
Even the early mornings that we've had, she's already been up for.
Oh yeah, no, I try really hard not to wake Tom up.
So Art has been sleeping on a blow up mattress in our daughter's art room, and Tom's been sleeping on the couch down on the living room.
Yeah. We're just one big happy family this week.
So chat, everybody say goodnight to Kay, and then I'm gonna to top off.
We're gonna
what
bring
Special
Tom
K
back
did.
in. Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna play this last video, and then I'm gonna cut to you and I to say goodbye and stuff, because I think we still got hanging out to do. We still got to hang out.
One of my the art room situation is baller. One of my favorite guest rooms.
One of my favorite guest rooms. Yeah, because that's where Mark sleeps when Mark comes here.
Yes.
So so we're gonna say goodbye to Special K. She's gonna go.
Bye everybody.
Go to bed. But while she goes to bed, we are going to play. I got one more video to play, and this is the talk of the violin. Oh. So when he's actually in the room,
oh my God,
he's laid down some stuff, and we're talking about it.
When you hear that violin,
Yeah. Well, they're in luck because the violin section is actually going to play because the discussion is me when I had him replay it and me talking through. I like that right there, and that. So it's still very analytical, but you will get to hear a very, very tiny slice of what you sounds like now. Oh. So special. Yes. So when we cut, you can turn it back on. You can hear that part if you want. I know you heard the actual part, but so good night, Special K, and here is this video.
Good night, Special K.
Bye, baby. I'm gonna have him play it, and then I'm gonna talk over it. I want you. Yeah. So go ahead. Really like that. Yes. Yes. That note's awesome. A little bit of that control chaos, and you bring it back. Now it's good again. I like that. And we're getting a little frantic. Now it comes down. Some sort of ending. The idea that you're scratching and it's actual musical notes coming all the way up and landing on that tonic is bad fucking ass. Yeah. Like, I really like what you're doing. If you could, in those two little sections where it's chaosy, give it just clean those two chaos up a little bit. Yeah. But keep that same vibe that you were just doing, because that vibe's really sick. You have that little tiny bits of dance. And then it's chaos, like her brain's changing. Yeah. And then at the end, she gets out of the fucking coffin. Like, thematically, it's brilliant. And it's exactly like you can visualize what she's doing, the transformation she's going through. Yeah. Really, really dig it. But I love in those moments that you have that chaos, you come back to something musical that reminds the listener. So it doesn't. So to the listener, it doesn't sound like he just fucked up. It sounds like that's intentional and he's doing it on purpose because reasons. Right. That's what I want to avoid for a listener. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, right.
So
I like it. I like the shape that it's take. I like the daintiness at the beginning.
Absolutely.
And vampiric.
Yes.
And
yes.
Then the bringing in the tritone and the second time through. And
absolutely.
The chaos, but neater.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like the descending chromaticism.
I do too.
And then the scraping up.
I did too. If you can just tighten that chromatic fall to be a little more deliberate. Yeah. So that when you land on that bottom C sharp.
Night.
So that was me talking through the violin solo for you. Now, the cut that you heard, actually, quite a bit of that solo made it into the final product. There was, I think he did
15 takes.
He did 15 takes total, yeah. And
I think I got video of a vast majority of them.
Right. And when he first started and we first heard violin against the track, it was like, this is perfect. This was the perfect, like, initially, you guys have heard the song, like, I play a piano solo right there. It's in the demo. But once we got talking about it, he had mentioned to you, hey, if you want to play violin, you need some violin, I can lay some stuff. And that immediately triggered
you.
What if we made it was you? Like, what if we made that piano solo a violin solo?
16, 15, where we were like, you.
Yeah, that was the 15th one. Yeah.
And Big Papa says, I thought Pete was going to split over the soundboard. I will tell you this. Originally, Pete was sitting in one of the chairs in the sound room, and
he didn't actually walk over to the other chair.
No, he didn't. I don't know. I mean, I don't. He shot out of it.
I
with
teleported is what it was.
Such animated excitement. He literally shot out of that chair, and he's like, "No, this is the fucking one. This is the." I mean, it was. I got. I think I might have got some footage of that one too, either on film or on.
Yeah, that was. So I wanted to talk to him about where it was going, because like I said, we had crafted
over those 12, 13 takes.
Yeah, easily somewhere in those 13 takes was the solo. So I sat down and we talked about that's me talking about the last one that he had done. And the last one that he had done had so many elements that actually made it into the final solo. And I was talking him through this is why I like this part. So try this right here. And, orally speaking, this is what's being said here. And he went, okay. And then the next take he laid was the rest of what we used in the solo. and then that's where the solo came from. So yeah, it was Rock the Piano's wife steps out of the closet. You guys need some violin? Rock the Piano's wife is a hell of a violin player. Oh yeah, she's fantastic.
She live around here?
She's fantastic. No, she lives actually up in Chicago, up in y'all's neck of the woods.
Ah.
Because that's where Rock the Piano lives.
We may have to put some shit together in Chicago, man.
I
We got a
know,
lot of
right?
peeps out there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you guys. You know, Rock the Piano lives up there too, man. You guys should all like be collaborating and doing stuff.
Well, there's an idea if we ever do the.
So
We'll do lunch.
actually, we're
We'll talk about it on the flight back.
I want to segue to what you were talking about. Why don't you tell everybody about the gallery idea? Talk about that.
One of
for
the
a
things
minute.
I'm working on for you guys, and something it's the three of us have talked extensively about. Art and I talked about it a lot on the plane ride up on the way here. One of the things we want to do with this is, you know, when you asked me to fly down from Chicago to be a part of this because it's creativity and we're all being creative, I kind of thought, well, how can I kind of. So the long story short, we're gonna think about doing some kind of. I've had a couple of gallery exhibits in Chicago of my work, and I've got some contacts with some people who are in that. A couple, 2-3 different people. Pete and I have mutual friends of some concert promoters in Chicago that might have some good space. The idea is to take this coffee table book that we're doing, this companion piece that we're gonna have. The intention is to have the book released with the album. Of kind of the behind the scenes on how this was put together. We'll have interviews and things like that, is to kind of have a gallery exhibit of some of the photography that we've kind of taken with this. And the thought originally on a call we had before we came down was to have, ideally, you guys, the entire band come down to Chicago or up to Chicago and have sort of a gallery / intimate concert of sorts, where you guys maybe play 2 or 3 songs from the album, maybe do a signing party and things like that. We have some copies of the book to sell, and you guys maybe have some CDs that we can do. But that's the thought we had. All three had talked about possibly doing. So that's the seed we're kind of putting out there, and we don't have a timetable on it. We don't have anything too official to announce yet, but we are going to start talking with some people who are kind of in the know with that kind of thing. So.
Yep. And just, once we started talking about it in the car, I'm thinking to myself, so it's at a posh place, and there's Tom's stuff is all over the walls, right? And it's all pictures of us, right? And in the middle will be a TV that's showing this documentary that we're showing clips from and everything. And then at some point in the gallery is a Songw3rks show where the band plays the entire album.
Dude, there's only 4 guys in the band. Check this, except for, if Kate wants to come too, that'd be awesome.
I would love for her to come.
Right? So, like, can you imagine
I would be
right?
really
like
stupid singing
right
You.
Right. Curtain wrapped around it. And the whole
well, and that's where, who the Rock the Wife's wife lives. You said she lives in Chicago. I mean, I don't know if we're going to be able to get the guy who teaches guitar
Jason may
lesson.
not be able to come.
No, I mean, there may be a situation right
Rock
there.
the Piano's wife could learn the part.
Step in and chew it up a little bit for you.
Yeah. So that's another evolution of this that we're talking about on down the road when the album gets made, the coffee table book gets made.
Like I said, but the intention is that there's going to be a book we're going to be putting out, kind of a companion piece with the album.
Big Papa says Songw3rks World Tour.
Yeah,
hell not.
Yeah. So I mean, it's an idea we're kind of floating around. So, but definitely the book is going to be Art and I's big focus. Since we're both in Chicago, we're going to be doing some thinking lunches here now and then, and getting some coffee and kind of streaming or kind of talking over how we're going to do this book. So
organization, write a bit of copy.
Yeah.
It'll be fun, man.
Yeah. So we got a lot of content. I want to do something with it. I mean, I personally, you guys have given me. I know we're sitting here talking about the album and everything, but I just want to say personally, you guys have given me a lot of content to use, and I want to make use of that, and I kind of want to give back the way you guys gave me. So,
and guys, for those of you who live in Chicago, Tom is exceedingly generous, just an exceedingly generous person, emotionally speaking.
I'm not sure where he's going with this. This might be a bit scary.
It's been a lot of knee touching.
It's been a real pleasure getting to know him, honest to God. Like, really, man.
Let's call it re-knowing each other, because like I said, we've
you guys met.
Our circles crossed at least twice. Yeah.
It was casual though.
Yeah,
it was more casual than this one.
Yeah. But this is.
Mark Cord says, "Wait, did someone ask for a tuba track?"
Sure. I've been trying to get my dad to play tuba on one of our tracks for a while.
Oh, yeah?
He's out of practice, you know.
Well,
Mark is actually an excellent tuba player.
Nice.
He even knows how to play tuba in a hot tub.
In a hot tub.
It's too hot in a hot tub. Gonna make the hot Too hot in the hot tub. Well, listen, we are going to wrap up. This has been a fantastic discussion. This show will be up on the Art and Pete YouTube page to peruse. We'll throw some links in the Discord once it goes up. If anybody wants to watch it again, or if you want to pass it around to see other people, to have it for other people to watch it. Oh my God, talking is difficult.
There is so much.
It's been a long week for you guys. I'm not surprised you
week.
haven't stopped figuring out how to talk at this point.
We are going to fix this with some wine in just a little bit.
I like how you said wine.
We actually have a backup drive for Pete's personality. We might.
It needs to be unplugged and plugged back in.
We need to manually reset Pete.
Fucking Spectrum. So anyway, I do want to leave you guys, and I do want to play this video again. I'm gonna play the photo shoot video again because we've left off here with Tom, and we've talked a lot about the visuality of the project, and I want to play that video again and it's got the nice track of Warrior on it too. So. Yeah. So we're going to leave you with that, and then after the video is done, we'll come back. During the video, I'm going to find somebody to raid, and then we'll let you know. To Tommy and Art, thank you guys so much for helping me be a part of this fucking dream, man. This
long time caller.
No, thanks for dragging me to be a part of this dream. I mean, to do it with somebody who I've been literally best friends with
doing it.
I mean,
we've been doing it.
I mean, 4/5 of my life, Pete and I have known each other and have been best friends. So it's been since back in the day. So
yes,
this has
was
been
magic,
an incredible
guys.
experience.
We made it all for you, and you helped us make it.
That's right. Y'all helped us make it. This has 100% been a team effort from the jump. This has not been Art and Pete. We're facilitating it, of course, but you guys are writing the stuff. The band wrote stuff in the studio. It's been an incredible week. It's been an incredible week, and I cannot wait to unleash this shit on you. So, for one last time, we're going to show Tom's photography again. And you guys all, please go follow Tom.
Yeah, and thank you for those. I've gotten a small handful of follows already on Instagram. I mean, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much.
Pete, did you already shout out the band?
Yes, I did. I want to give a huge shout out publicly right now. Please, thank you for reminding me, to Matt Hedrick on drums, the drummer for Abacab, the music of Genesis.
The dude is a machine.
James Nelson on guitar.
That guy's
the guitar player from Abacab, the music of Genesis.
That guy's fucking nuts.
Isn't he great? Isn't he great?
I fucking love that guy.
He's so much fun to have in a room.
But he's like a cornucopia of amusement,
Matt and James both have worked on prior Art and Pete projects, so we have a history with them. The newcomer to the group was Chris Rebels, and I got to be honest, I could not wait I'm telling you, I couldn't wait to get the two of you in a room. And look, what'd you guys do? Yeah. Fucking wax philosophically the whole week. It was great.
And that guy looks like he could whip my ass 3 ways a Sunday, too.
He would probably take us all on. It would be very bad.
I fell a little bit in love with Chris over this process. I don't want that to get out, so keep it on the DL. But,
keep that on the DL. Keep that down. But yes, Chris Rebels on bass. What a funky motherfucker, dude. Yeah. I cannot wait for you guys to hear this band's take on this music. It has been an absolute ride. So
and Joe at the studio has been phenomenal with you guys.
Oh yes,
I've seen
we
it
got to
firsthand.
shout out Joe Miller at the Wave Lab in Fort Mill, South Carolina.
The guy's a class act.
Yeah, he's absolutely a class act. He's been instrumental in some of the command decisions on this record, really, in terms of stuff that when Art and I'll get swirling around minutia, and we'll be in it, and he'll say from the booth, I think you guys got it somewhere in there. I think we'll do it one more time, and we can go step outside, and we'll be fine.
He's really been an amazing collaborator.
Yeah, he really has. He earned that producer credit.
Yeah, I think we're going to use
for
him
sure.
again.
So with that, I'm going to leave you with this video. We come back, I'll let you guys know who we're raiding. Thanks so much for being a part of this, and thank you to Art and Tom and the band.
Yeah,
and
thank you guys.
Everybody.
Thanks everybody out there.
It's been an incredible thing. I'm going to go cry. We'll
Peace out, y'all.
watch this Songw3rks photo video again.
Great. I got to calm down Pete from crying again.
Yeah, again. Yeah, right? Yeah, here we go. So thank you guys very, very much for being here. I'm going to send out a raid call. You guys copy this raid call. We are going to go raid Jonathan Ong because he is an amazing piano player and you guys deserve some music. So thank you, T-H-A-N-O-N-G. Thank you guys so much for being here. You know how we do.
Sleep well. Most likely kill you in the morning.
Most likely kill you in the morning. And I cannot spell. Let's try that. Nope. Let's try this again. I'm sorry. I suck so bad sitting in this chair.
Art, I think Pete's finally breaking.
Well, what?
I think we finally broke Pete.
Oh, he broke long ago, buddy.
That's it.
We tried to put him back together.
Is Special K asleep yet? Do we need to see if she has the warranty on him?
She's
I know, right?
Oh, man.
It's not letting me do it.
Didn't that shit expire?
I don't know. I think because of COVID, they extended it a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think they extended the warranty on him from COVID.
You can get a deal on replacement parts. To the pain. To the pain? I'm not familiar with that expression.
Okay, for those of you Superman nerds out there, the way Pete is banging on that keyboard reminds me of Richard Pryor banging on the keyboard when he's trying to steal the money from the corporation he worked for.
Yeah, because you remember
Superman
that movie,
3.
don't you?
Sadly.
I apologize.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man.
For whatever, I don't understand why this isn't working.
Spite.
Oh, you know what it is? I bet I bet there's no at. There it is. Okay, there we go. I'm so stupid, y'all. It's time for drinks.
Okay, hold on. I want everybody at home
It's been a long week.
to wave, pose for the camera. Everybody at home, not you, Pete.
Oh.
All right, thanks, guys.
Oh, hi. Sometimes Pete knows how to work things. Yeah, see, no, I got it right there. Make sure you copy that raid call that I posted apparently a million years ago and click through the raid, and we'll see you over there, all right? Take care, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. See you later.